Welcome back to this week's episode of Humans in 5.
Now, dearest viewers, you may have noticed that we both have accents, and they're a little bit different.
For both of us, our accents and dialects have gone through some changes across our lives. We've both had the privilege of living in a range of countries, and we've had some tweaks to the way we speak over our lifetimes.
However, no matter how far you range from home, some linguistic tweaks can last quite a long time in terms of how we speak. This can be both in terms of the words we choose, but also the ways we pronounce them.
Some of these dialect characteristics can be mapped onto where we live and grow up. Researchers can often pinpoint where we originate from based on how we speak. For example, a quiz developed by the New York Times based on research by the Harvard Dialect study a few years ago could place Americans in a city based on their word choices.
For example, I've lived in Canada, Australia, and the United Kingdom. However, when I completed the quiz, it suggested that I originated from Michigan or Minnesota, the two American states located quite close to the parts of Canada where I grew up as a child.
Now, there are many ways that our accents and dialects can shape our lives. People may experience prejudice due to their accents. If you travel a lot or you immigrate somewhere new, you may find yourself spending a lot of time explaining where your accent comes from.
In our modern technological lives, our accents and dialects have started to affect our lives in new and unexpected ways. We're increasingly surrounded by applications and devices that are voice activated, like Siri or Alexa. This raises some questions about how the marvelous and magnificent range of dialects work when people use these programs.
A lot of people have difficulty using these apps and programs, and diversity in the tech industry may be to blame. All AI systems have to be trained to recognize different types of voices. As the tech industry tends to have comparatively low diversity in its demographics, it may not necessarily be trained with diverse voices and accents in mind.
These issues were studied further by PhD student Rachel Tatman at the University of Washington. She looked at how 5 different accents were recognized by Google Voice Recognition. She looked at words that are known to vary the most between different versions of English. She found that Google Voice had the most difficulty with Scottish accents, followed by voices from the American South.
She also found that voice recognition systems had greater difficulty identifying words spoken by women, as well as speakers who had different ethnic and racial backgrounds. These systems have, in recent years, started to get better as more data from real-world users is incorporated into voice recognition models. Companies are recognizing the low variability of accents represented in tech systems and are starting to make changes.
In fairness, it's worth pointing out that everyone has an accent. It's all a matter of perspective. Until more voices have been heard and interpreted by AI systems, Alexa will just have to muddle through the accents and dialects of the world.
We hope you're not having too much trouble with our accents, and we'll see you next time on Humans in 5.
And don't forget to subscribe.